£10 feels too small to matter. One lunch upgrade, 2 app purchases, a delivery fee and a snack. Then it happens again tomorrow. Repeat £10 every day and you are no longer making a small decision. You are quietly directing £3,650 every year. Over 30 years, that daily default becomes a six-figure choice. Your brain sees the price today. Your bank account experiences the pattern. £10 a day averages about £304 a month. It becomes £109,500 over 30 years. No investment return is needed for that number. This is not an argument that every £10 purchase is bad. It is an argument that repeated spending should have to earn its place. Now give the same £304 3 different jobs. Spend it automatically and you receive whatever those purchases deliver. Hold it as cash with no interest and 30 years produces £109,500. Invest it regularly and an uncertain return may compound on earlier contributions and earlier growth. That creates a very different curve, but it also introduces risk. At an illustrative 3% annual return, the result is roughly £177,000. At 5%, it is about £253,000. At 7%, it reaches roughly £371,000. These figures assume month-end contributions and monthly compounding. They ignore tax, platform costs and fund fees, and real markets do not rise smoothly. Inflation also means future pounds will buy less than pounds today. The point is not that £371,000 is guaranteed. The point is that a tiny recurring default controls a surprising amount of capital. Here is where most money videos become dishonest. They tell you to cancel every coffee and treat enjoyment like failure. That is bad engineering. A plan requiring permanent misery eventually breaks. If a coffee with a friend makes the day better, buy it deliberately. The real target is money that leaves without creating value or even a memory. Think forgotten subscriptions, delivery surcharges, impulse add-ons, and convenience chosen without thinking. Cutting everything you love creates resentment. Cutting invisible leakage creates capacity without making life smaller. Open your banking app and inspect only the last 7 days. Ignore the mortgage, utilities, planned food, and necessary transport. Mark every optional payment that you cannot clearly remember choosing. Group them into subscriptions, convenience, impulse purchases, and avoidable fees. Do not waste hours building the perfect spreadsheet. Your objective is to identify one repeating pattern with low value. If the pattern genuinely improves life, keep it without guilt. If it does not, change the default before motivation disappears. Suppose the leak really is £10 a day. Do not promise to eliminate all of it forever. Recover £5 a day and keep the other £5 for guilt-free spending. That redirects about £152 each month. At the same illustrative 5% return, 30 years could produce roughly £127,000. Again, that return is uncertain, but the behavior is realistic. The system survives because it does not require sainthood. It wins through frequency and time rather than one dramatic sacrifice. On payday, move the recovered amount automatically. Its first job may be clearing expensive debt or building accessible emergency savings. Only money that can remain invested should be exposed to market risk. Once those foundations exist, regular investing can become another automatic destination. Do not wait to see what survives at the end of the month. Unassigned money is repeatedly asked to resist convenience, advertising, and emotion. A transfer made first has to make that decision only once. Before a recurring payment, ask, would I actively buy this again today? If the answer is no, cancel it. Before an optional purchase, ask, will I remember or value this in a week? If the answer is genuinely yes, it may deserve the money. Money is not only for a distant future. It should improve life today while protecting choices tomorrow. The objective is deliberate spending, not maximum deprivation. Tonight, find one invisible leak worth roughly £5 a day. Redirect it automatically for 30 days and change nothing else. At the end, ask whether life became noticeably worse. If it did, restore the spending. The experiment gave you useful evidence. If it did not, you purchased future options without shrinking the present. £1 a day invested at an illustrative 7% for 30 years is roughly £37,000. £10 a day is roughly £371,000. Only if returns appear, costs stay controlled, and the behavior continues. Small prices are not small when they repeat. Decide which ones deserve to compound. For more money maths without the hype, subscribe to Level Up Mode.